CM Punk crossed a line so personal, so vicious, that it didn't just shake Roman Reigns, it brought the Usos to the ring in tears, demanding blood. And what happened next? Nobody saw it coming. Welcome to Wrestling Streams Familia, and tonight, we are diving deep into one of the most emotionally charged segments Raw has seen in years. This is not just a wrestling rivalry anymore. This just became family business. Let's rewind to last week. Roman Reigns returned to Raw for the first time in over a month to go face-to-face with WWE World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk. The two traded shots, the crowd was electric, and then Punk said something that stopped the entire wrestling world dead in its tracks. The best in the world vowed to bury Roman Reigns next to his late father, Sika Anoa'i. That's not just a wrestling promo. That's not kayfabe heat. That is a real man's real father, a WWE Hall of Famer, one half of the legendary Wild Samoans, being invoked as a punchline. The line left Roman visibly stunned and speechless, staring blankly as the show went off the air. And the IWC? Absolutely split down the middle. Now fast forward to this past Monday, March 9th, Roman Reigns was absent from Raw but CM Punk was not. And the WWE World Heavyweight Champion walked to that ring knowing full well that the entire locker room, the Anoa'i family, and millions of fans were watching his every move. Punk acknowledged the controversy, admitted that some people were upset with him, and said he was called disrespectful. But did he back down? Absolutely not. This is CM Punk we're talking about. He fired back by saying Roman Reigns has never once shown him respect, and when the crowd started chanting OTC, Punk told them to hold their breath because he might show up. Classic Punk. Ice cold, calculated, and provocative on every single syllable. But here is where the night exploded. Uso confronted Punk, demanding he apologize for disrespecting their deceased uncle, Sika. And G didn't just walk out annoyed, he was on the edge, predictably furious. You could see it in his face. This wasn't a scripted heel-turn reaction. This was a man standing up for his family's honor, and anyone with a pulse felt the weight of that moment. Jimmy Uso stepped in to calm things down and clarified that their confrontation had nothing to do with Roman Reigns, it was about respect, pure and simple. He reaffirmed that Sika no longer has a voice, making Punk's remarks especially offensive. And here's what makes this segment so layered, Familia. Jimmy Uso, the calmer of the two, wasn't out there playing Roman's attack dog. Jimmy told Punk he had a lot of respect for him because Punk speaks his mind and runs right through obstacles. He wasn't asking because Roman told him to. He was asking because their grandfather's name was dragged through the dirt on national television. There is a difference, and the crowd could feel it. Now, here is where CM Punk did something brilliant and infuriating at the same time. Punk said he respects Sika and Alpha because of how they treated him when he needed it, and noted that everyone in that family had shown him respect, everyone except Roman Reigns. He acknowledged the legacy. He respected the elders. But then he flipped the script completely. Punk delivered his apology saying he was sorry that Roman Reigns treated the Usos and the rest of the bloodline like garbage for years and never once came out publicly to apologize for the way he treated his own family. He called out G and Jimmy as Roman's young boys. He reminded them of every time Roman manipulated, humiliated, and discarded them when it suited him. And he brought receipts. Punk also invoked Dusty Rhodes, saying that Reigns once called the American Dream irrelevant, his own mentor, the father of his friend Cody Rhodes, and was never held accountable for it. So why, Punk asked, is he the one on trial right now? It was a masterclass promo. Cold, calculated, logical, and still undeniably wrong in the most human sense. Because the IWC is right to be divided here. Punk's points about Roman's treatment of the Usos? Valid. Roman's hypocrisy around Dusty Rhodes? Valid. But bringing up a man's deceased father to bury him? That crosses a line that no amount of logic can erase. After a heated exchange of words, the Usos struck Punk down, humbling him as they walked away angrier than ever in the closing moments of the show. And here is the question burning through the wrestling community right now: did the Usos just turn heel? Or did CM Punk? The entire crowd felt like the wind got knocked out of them during the segment, and its ambiguity makes it that much more compelling ahead of WrestleMania 42. Think about it. The crowd in Seattle cheered Punk when he came out. They've been behind him as the fighting champion all year long. But when he got emotional demanding that apology, a significant portion of that crowd was with the Usos. Nobody booed them for laying hands on Punk. Nobody booed them for defending Sika's name. This isn't a clear-cut face versus heel dynamic, and that is exactly what makes this feud so electric heading into the grandest stage of them all. The reaction from the wider Anoa'i family has been just as intense. Zilla Fatu openly expressed his desire to retaliate physically against Punk, while Nia Jax dismissed Punk as a small man who only likes to bark loud. This thing is spreading beyond the television screen and into the real fabric of one of the most respected family dynasties in wrestling history. And Roman Reigns? He has been announced and promoted for next week's WWE Raw in San Antonio, and Brock Lesnar is also scheduled to appear. So next Monday, the OTC walks back into that building knowing that his family's blood is already on the floor and the man who put it there is still standing with that championship around his waist. The pressure on Roman to respond not just as a wrestler, but as a son, as a cousin, as a patriarch is unlike anything he's faced before. This road to WrestleMania 42 just shifted into a completely different gear, Familia. CM Punk didn't just poke the bear. He walked into the bear's den, insulted its entire bloodline, and is daring the bear to show up. Whether you think Punk went too far or you believe he's exposing Roman's hypocrisy, one thing is undeniable: this feud is hitting different. It is personal, it is real, and come WrestleMania 42, that main event is not just going to be a championship match. It is going to be a reckoning. The bloodline has been disrespected. Sika's name has been invoked. And Roman Reigns is coming. That's all for today, Wrestling Streams Familia. If this segment had you losing your mind, smash that like button, drop your take in the comments, and subscribe if you're new to the Familia. We ride together. No filler, just fire.